Alright guys, today I want to talk about how to make 300% ROI on Verasity. With Verasity, how do we know when to buy? This is my risk-free strategy. No, it's really not, because that's just a clickbait title. This is my risk-free strategy on how to make money with Verasity. So in today's video, we are really going to look at the charts, and I'm going to give you some rules of thumbs of how to work the charts for Verasity, because looking at the charts, I'm going to give you some levels or give you the skills to find the levels that are good buys, because what the majority does is that they buy at the highs and sell at the lows. They don't know when to buy. When knowing when to buy is a crucial skill of determining whether you make money or whether you lose money. Now, before we get started, it's actually a really important tip your waiter before they start serving you, because that really just ensures better service. No, just kidding, because what I really want you to do is I want you to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button before we get started. You got that done? All right, now let's get into it. So first, we're going to talk about the importance of all-time highs. Now, just a disclaimer, I am not a professional trader or anything. As always, do your own research, do your own due diligence before investing in anything. Now, what I'm giving you are my own rules that I apply for myself. They're what I do myself. So for me, they're general rule of thumbs, and it's really up to you whether you want to adopt them or not. So here you are at the VRA chart, and you can see they have the 52-week range, and looks like their all-time high here is about 9 cents, which is different from what CoinGecko reports. CoinGecko reports it as, let's say, 0.8 cents, 8.5 cents. So there's a discrepancy there, but that doesn't really matter, a couple of cents. So if we take a look at it, where Verasity really hit the all-time high was around here, I think. So on the charts, it doesn't look like it hit 9 cents, but we'll just take it for what it is. A couple of hundredths of a cent doesn't really matter. So it is around this point where we are right now, where a lot of people will ask, who are holding VRA would say, what do you think price will be in 1 year? Dude, all we're trying to do is we're trying to reclaim all-time high and go into price discovery mode. You shouldn't really be asking that question until we break all-time highs. So what we're really looking for is we're really looking for this point, right? Which is around 9 cents. So until we break 9 cents, we break 9 cents and we continue going up. That is, we continue going up. We break this point here. This chart will fly back up to 9 cents and it breaks and it goes all the way up. That will bring us to price discovery mode, where we can make kind of like a good prediction of, all right, where might price go using a Fibonacci extension. But right now, all we're trying to do is reclaim these levels, and these levels are represented by Fibonacci, which I talk about later. Let me rephrase the question. What do you think price will be in 1 year? Flip that question back to you, because the answer you're giving me, that's going to be my answer to you. And I swear one of you guys are going to comment that down below just to grind my gears. And honestly, I don't even answer that question seriously anymore, because when someone asks me that question, I just pull an answer out of my butt and just throw it at them. And whether they invest based on that advice, it's really up to them. Saying that, there are no stupid questions in life, but except for that one question. That is a really stupid question when you're in something like a bear market or when you're at the bottom of the chart. I think I finally know how a woman feels when a guy persistently asks the same thing over and over again. It's sheer annoyance. Guys, if you ask a girl out once and maybe even twice and she rejects you both times, it's time to move on. She's not interested. Don't ask her any more questions, annoy the crap out of her, make her hate you, because you never know. Things might work out later on. Right now is just not the right timing. But ask her out twice and she says no, just move on. That one's free. No, it's really not. It will cost you a like and subscribe. So make sure you do that. So one thing when you're looking at charting is that you gotta look between or find a difference between a healthy and unhealthy chart. You gotta know the difference. So what we're seeing in VRA or Vera, it's a really healthy chart because we see this big drop. Now this big drop can happen, right? It dropped all the way from the bottom, and then it went up, it went down, and went up. What we see is we see peaks and valleys, right? It peaked, it valleyed, and then went up to another peak, beat the all-time high that it released on 3 cents, and then it went to a valley again, peaked again, valley, peak, valley. That is a healthy chart. What's an unhealthy chart? An unhealthy chart is what we see with Climadal right now. So it had a big peak, and then it valleyed, peaked, valleyed, peaked, valleyed, and then now it's on a tear downwards, and we don't know how much further down it can go, which is scary. This is a really unhealthy chart, which is what makes me fearful about it. This is what makes me stay away. But this chart where you kind of see like ups, downs, ups, down. That's a really healthy chart for Veracity. So that's what I want you to know. I want you to know the difference between a healthy and an unhealthy chart. So where is Veracity right now? Veracity is at 3 cents, and we said it's all-time high. We rounded it up to 9 cents because that's what we see in TradingView, right? So we're gonna use 9 cents. Now, if we reach back to all-time high, that is a 3x or 300% ROI. That's where the 300% comes from. And what we're trying to do always is for any crypto, we're trying to go back and reach the all-time high again, break it, and go into price discovery, right? So right now, you need 10,000 VRAs to stake. So if we take 10,000 times 3 cents, that's $300. So if we buy $300 worth of VRA, then we get 10,000 VRA, right? So if that appreciates, go back to the all-time high of 9 cents, your $300 will become $900. What you would do is you would take out your $300, so you only leave $600. Take out your initial investment so that what you have in there is your pure profit that is going to continue making you money. So if you have more money than that, then let's say you invest $900 times 3, that's going to be $2,700, right? If you take out the initial 900, 2,700 minus 900, then you still have $1,800. You still have your staked VRA earning you passive income while you have taken out your initial investment. So that's how you make things risk-free. Well, not really, because at the beginning there's risk, but after you have made back your money, took out your initial investment, it will be completely risk-free. Question is, should you buy VRA at 3 cents? 3 cents is a good price right now, right? Because anybody could afford 3 cents. If I spent 3 cents per VRA and I got 10,000, that's only $300. That's a good price, right? Well, that's what the majority would think. My answer would be no, that's not a good price. What you have to do is you have to look at the charts, use Fibonacci. And this is how you use Fibonacci. You take this little tool here, that fib retracement, and what you do is you find the lowest point and you bring it to the highest point here. So we bring it to the highest point. Before we do that, note that I'm on the 4 hour. I usually work with the 4 hour. And what you see is that between the 0.5 and 618, that is my rule of thumb. That is my general buy zone. So whenever things retrace, go back into this zone, and you have to redo this chart all the time when we see some major changes in the markets, right? So if we were here, for example, I wouldn't use these levels right now. I would use something like this. So I would go here and draw a fib there, get this out of the way, and I would use the 0.5 and 618 in that level. So because we are in a new level, new zone right now, that is why I draw from the bottom to the top. You always draw from the bottom to the top and use what's between 0.5 and 618 to tell you where your buy zone is. So our buy zone for VRA, I would buy it if it ever falls back down between the price of 2 cents and 2 2/100ths of a cent, or 2 6/100ths of a cent. So when it falls back down into this green zone, that is my indicator of, all right, I should pick some up now. Between 2 2/100ths of a cent and 2 6/100ths of a cent, that would make it so that 10,000 VRA is not $300. It is $220 and $260. So wouldn't that be a better discount to get VRA at than at $300? Of course. And if you want to learn how to do that, you want to learn more because there are way more indicators to tell you whether this is a good price to buy at, then please just schedule a free call with me or something and I can go through with you in 30 minutes. A lot of it is what I learned from IM Academy, so make sure you do that if you want to learn more. But anyways, let's move on. So let's talk about right now. Let's talk about discipline. I showed you the levels. I showed you where VRA is right now and where it has to go back to for me to buy. That's my general rule of thumb. You can adopt it or you cannot, but please do your own due diligence, do your own research, because what we're in right now is a very bullish market, and that's what people do. The majority would buy the highs and sell the lows because they don't know when to buy. The important thing is knowing when to buy. That is where my friend bought GME, GameStop, at $200. Now GameStop is like at what, $90, and all he wants to do is he wants it to go back to $200 so he could sell it. So basically what he put himself through is a lot of emotional turmoil just to break even, or maybe even not break even because you lose out on fees. But that is what the majority does. So when we're in a bull market, what you want to do is you want to start selling. And when we're in a bear market, when everybody is selling and the price is dropping, that is when you pick up the discounts and you buy the dips, right? That is when you dollar cost average. But that is really hard to do when what you're seeing is your friends making a lot of profits in a rising market and you're sitting out here without a bag and you're like, what the hell, I want to jump on this too. That is what you have to fight against, and I fight against that every single day when I look at the chart. So sometimes maybe it's beneficial for you to just step away from the charts and just go do some other thing, like, I don't know, play golf. Alright guys, that's all I got for today. I hope you actually learned something, and if you did, can you please show your love, show your support by smashing the like button and smashing the subscribe button. Other than that, Please feel free to look at these other videos on cryptocurrencies and passive income. And remember, guys, continue working, continue building, continue inspiring. See you next time.